Yo guys, what's going on? I have an Acer monitor that's 240 hertz. I can say I'll put a link to it in the description below. I'll probably have it in the title. But one of the biggest problems that I had coming out of the box was how to set up 240 hertz, because when you open it out of the box, it's like, okay, it's a cool monitor, right? Like shit. But it's like still running at 60 hertz, and you want to figure out like how to run that at the full 240 hertz or 144 hertz that you paid for it. And so there's some talk that we have to go over about HDMI versus DisplayPort. So the difference between the two is that there's tons of different types of HDMIs: HDMI 1.0, 1.4, 2.0, and there's DP, which is DisplayPort 1.1, 1.2, and I believe 1.4. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a computer engineer, but the main thing that I wanted to talk about is that whatever cable usually comes in your box is the one you should probably use. You can, for example, I got a DisplayPort cable, so I would recommend using that. A lot of it, or for my situation, I have an HDMI 2.0 cable that can support up to 4K at 60 hertz, which means it will be able to do 1080p at 244 hertz. But for some reason here, it only runs at 120 hertz. So my DisplayPort, I believe it's 1.2, is running at a full 240 hertz. And so there's two types of capabilities, and I recommend just using whatever comes with your monitor. And so basically, to set it up, you shouldn't be messing around with any of the settings on the monitor itself. Like the buttons that are on the monitor that control its basic settings are not necessarily what's keeping your refresh rate down at 60 hertz. It's actually what's set up on your computer. So for me, in my case, I can only help you with how I fix my problem. But if you right click on your desktop, you go to Nvidia control panel. This is because you use an Nvidia graphics card. When it pops up, you go to change resolution, which is already here if it doesn't pull up. And so generally what you'll start seeing first is you'll see this Ultra HD, HD, SD. And it'll have 1080p, 1920 by 1080, and this looks good, right? And all that stuff. But the refresh rate caps at 60 hertz. This is for UHD, okay? You want to go to PC, and then you can set it at 240 hertz. And if you want to mess with stretch res for any reason, you can always do that here. But you have to go to PC down here. I did not see that in the beginning, and so I had so many issues, and I thought it was cable, this, that. I broke my fucking DP. And no, you just got to scroll down to this and select that and apply. And I already have it set, so that's all good. And then also, the biggest rule I can tell you, on your DisplayPort, if it's not coming out, it's because there's a little button you have to press on top of it that engages the little lock, or it engages the locking mechanism so it unlocks, so then you can pull it out. Don't just try to yank it out like I did. I did that 2 times on 2 different ports of my graphics card, and I only have 3 DP ports. So I was like, shit, all right, I broke these 2. Like, I didn't even realize it until until I was already on the 3rd one, like, oh fuck. But I mean, everything in your computer will have tug always, but if it tugs really hard, fuck it, you're not doing it right. There's gotta be something else. There's a few exceptions I can think of, like RAM. I say weird because my nose is all fucked up. RAM or the IO shield, stuff like that. That stuff's always fucked up like that. But your DisplayPort cables, your HDMIs, they should just, in and out easily. That's all I've got for you guys.